Hey, it's Glenn, and today we're looking at Hikvision's new 4 megapixel super wide angle bullet camera. When I was first handed this camera, I was told it was just a super wide angle camera. In fact, that's what its name is on the box. I didn't know that it was a full 180 degree field of view. I didn't even unbox it. I just got one of our staff to plug it in on our tech bench, and then I looked for it on the network. When it came up, I thought, yeah, that's a nice picture. It looks like a fairly wide angle. What I didn't realise was that it was a full 180 degree field of view, meaning if I turn my head from left to right, that's in essence what this camera is seeing. When I take a photo of the tech bench from the side view, it's picking up everything to the right of the tech bench. So how are Hikvision achieving this? Well, first of all, they put a super high quality 4 megapixel image sensor inside the camera. They teamed that up with this 180 degree field of view lens, and then added distortion technology. Normally when you get a 180 degree field of view, you get warping. And you'll see when we take this outside shortly, we still get an element of that. But it just depends the way in which you're actually pointing the camera. What I've noticed is that as I angle it down like this, I start to get a little bit more of the hemispheric effect. Okay, but when it was sitting on the tech bench and I've got none of that, it was virtually dead flat. And the net result was that's why I couldn't even pick that it was in fact giving me that 180 degree field of view. This camera can be mounted internally and externally. It has an IP rating of 67, so IP67, which is water and dust resistant. It has wide dynamic range, so a very light lit area and a really dark area come into its field of view. It can sort of compensate between the two and allow you to see in both areas nice and clearly. That's built in. So how does it go with smart events? Being such a wide angle, could it still work? I had to give it a go. So I set up a line crossing event on our driveway. Lo and behold, it worked perfectly. So I've got this fantastic scenario where the whole car park is covered and I'm able to set up smart event triggers. In my case, I tested line crossing, it worked perfectly. I had it going in both directions, it never missed once. I set up intrusion detection. Just did a little box and got one of my staff to walk through that at various times of the day, and that too worked perfectly. All of the events that I thought may not work given its wide angle and just how much it's actually picking up, it really just shocked me how well it did at picking up all of those things. As far as image quality is concerned, we are dealing with a 4 megapixel camera, which is a fairly high megapixel rating. But remember, this time we are spreading that out over a full 180 degree field of view. That means it's really going to max out that sensor and probably give you lesser quality image than you're expecting from a 4 megapixel camera. Yeah, you're going to offset some image quality when it comes to this camera compared to, say, two normal cameras, say two other 4 megapixels, back to back with one another. But in essence, what they're giving you is 8 megapixels. So you've just got to taper your expectations with regard to this camera. It is a good camera. It has all of the qualities that we like and love about Hikvision. It's got all of the smart features that you possibly could want, and they all work really, really well. But when you look at it, yes, the picture is going to be good, but it's not going to be as good as maybe some of your other 4 megapixel cameras that you've got. And that's just purely because it is stretched out over such a wide field of view. The thing is that if you've only got a 4-channel NVR and you decide, that maybe you want another angle on your camera, you could in fact replace one of your 4 cameras and put this guy in, which in effect is like giving you 2 standard cameras. Yeah, you're going to drop it down, probably split it up half and half and say you've got 2 megapixels looking this way, 2 megapixels going that way. And if you think like that, you'll be really impressed with the image quality. You can see yourself on the video clips that we've showed here that it just can't compete with a standard, say, 8 megapixel camera that's only got such a narrow field of view as, say, roughly 90 degrees. So with that in mind, would I recommend this camera? Yes, I would. I think in certain applications where you've either got an NVR with not too many channels, so you don't want to have to spend to get an 8-channel recorder, well, you could put 4 of these around your property and in essence get full coverage of your entire house. So how does this camera go at night time? Surprisingly well. I say surprisingly because there's 2 aspects to getting a good picture at night. There is the lens and the actual image sensor itself and how much light you can get to that image sensor. And then there's the infrared illumination. So what Hikvision have done is they've put a curve on their infrared illuminator. Generally, infrared illuminators will only direct light in one direction. But with this curve, it enables them to spread the infrared illumination. Now this has brought back its range. The infrared illumination will throw out roughly 20 meters. Another good feature of this camera is the fact that it accepts a micro SD card. This means that it's not reliant on an NVR to do its recording. Now, if you were to turn off motion detection and turn on smart features like the line crossing and perhaps the intrusion detection, you're going to dramatically reduce the amount of events this camera is going to create. You could just use 64 gigabytes. That's going to last you quite a while, depending on how you set up those smart events. Now, pricing and what have you for these cameras is all on our website, so please look on there, and if you need any further information, give us a call in the office. We're always happy to help. Until next time, I'll see you then.